Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Gran Turismo 7 Daily Race Race and Strategy Guide. We're off to Monza for some chicane shenanigans in the Group 3 machinery. Now, confession time, I have put about as much effort into this video as our friends at Polyphony Digital have put into the settings, because to say they're a little bit lacklustre is an understatement. But anyway, we've got 10 laps to get around, tyre wear at ×1, fuel at ×1, just the racing hard tyres, and a mandatory pit stop. BOP is on high, damage light, rolling start, slipstream is real, and for settings you just have the brake balance. Now, on the bright side, this is actually, believe it or not, our inaugural visit to Monza with the chicane in Daily Race C for Gran Turismo 7. Our previous visit was with the no chicane version, also in Group 3, and it was quite a long time ago, to be fair. So this is not a location that is often used for Daily Race C, so it is nice to be visiting Monza. But the rest of the settings definitely leave a lot to be desired. But I'll get you through all the information you need for this one by the end of this short video. First thing I'm going to take a look at is the pit loss and the fuel. We're in the Corvette C7 here, approaching the pit lane, coming out of Parabolica. Get yourself over to the right hand side and just be careful not to cut any of the green triangle as you enter the pits. So Monza, traditionally a pretty short pit stop as well, and as you would expect given the settings, hard tyres, 1x tyre wear, 10 laps. We're not going to change the tyres in this one, so your stationary time is 1.8 seconds. If you're interested, it's 4.6 if you change the tyres. Now do be careful of the white line as you exit the pits. It's all the way down into turn 1. Now you want to be braking at around about 110 metres, should safely see into turn 1, and also be very careful of the traffic coming down the left hand side. It can be a very awkward pit exit as cars come down there at full speed compared to you entering turn 1, having emerged from the pit lane at a completely different speed. So yeah, expect some shenanigans down there, and just be respectful of drivers that have left the pits. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. I had no real desire to do the race at 7 o'clock this morning, I'm not going to lie. The settings are absolutely terrible for this one in terms of strategy, so I can tell you everything you need to know without doing the race. Now, it's not to say that it can't be a good race. There's always jeopardy at Monza, there's always shenanigans. It's usually never very boring, but in terms of strategy, this one is non-existent. It's just a one stop with no tyre change. You can pit between any laps, 1 to 9. Try to find some clean air in order to put in the sort of lap times you know that you can do, because sort of driving in traffic you can be very often compromised into the braking zones. But alternatively, you could be behind somebody who's faster than you, so you're going to try and use their slipstream to progress your race. But it's going to be quite hard all the same to try and find some clean track. People are going to pit at the end of lap 1, which might well open the track up for you in front of you, and some people are going to go to lap 9, and you're probably going to have people just pitting in between as well. So it will be a difficult race to find that clean track, and it could be a little bit stale very, very quickly. Although, as I said, there's always the kind of potential for chaos at Monza. This tends to keep people coming back. But this race could have been so much better as far as I am concerned, with 11 laps. A fuel multiplier that forced you to maybe only be able to do between, say, laps 4 and 7. Put the mediums and the hards in there as well, and that way the fuel multiplier means you have to actually run the hard tyres for more than 1 lap. But just open up the strategy, it would make the race a little bit more interesting, possibly bring some other cars in, I don't know, but that's certainly the kind of route I'd be going down to try and make this race more interesting. But as it is, I'm not sure why we've got tyre wear at ×1, fuel at ×1. It's possibly a BOP test, but we all know that at least 70% of the cars will never actually see the light of day on this track anyway, so I'm not entirely sure how much valuable information they're actually going to pick up in that regard. What more is there to say though, folks? Bad settings like this just should not be happening 2 years into the lifespan of the game. And to be honest with you, I'm probably quite tempted to do quite a lot of open lobbies this week rather than daily races. But appreciate you watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye now.